Enemy's turn to pick.
How can we forget about Morphling against Terrorblade? This is actually a pretty sweet Morphling game. Sure, he's being what Fnatic are careful about, but they've got so much deep push this game. They've got the Chakram, they've got the Firestorm, they've got the Lightning Storm. There's an Invis Cuckoo Witch Doctor up here. They're going to go for Pylai. Can they also look towards Envy? He's not actually that tanky. He waveforms away. Pi, one more touch to finish it. And that's your first blood. Curse Crown catches on 2. And Fnatic will be able to lane. Is getting a lot of the CS denied, though. TP over to mid by Pi. Pops down the ward. They spot Cuckoo. Stun him up. Abed might be able to come over and finish him. I don't even know if they need that. Cuckoo actually gets the double tango. He's healing up a little bit. Armel chasing after him. Pylai now the one potentially in some trouble as actually Tim's is coming through. Pi gonna turn around for the stun. Just gonna be the position 5 for position 5 trade. Abed absolutely full HP. Yeah, neither of these heroes. And this is some super half-hearted harassment. He's starting to get worked down a little bit, but has those 1 charges. Samh gonna take a Curse Crown, but there isn't really any damage here just yet. Pylai. They know that he just TP'd mid, so he died. Oh, Armel just gonna get bursted. Doesn't even get the 1 charges off. Fnatic wanting to match up their Timbersaw against the Terrorblade, though. I don't know how much they can really shut down Raven's farm. He's just gonna retreat over into the jungle. Envy's being spotted out. He's only got 2 points up in the morph. He does have the waveform to get a little bit further away, so it looks like he should be all right. The stomp is gonna catch him, though. We're still closing the gap, but Envy's gonna be fine. And now it's Fnatic's turn to try and look for a turnaround. Pylai is coming over, but they've actually got Raven rotating onto Universe at mid. They don't even need the Dragon Tail for that. Raven just popped out of the trees. He's got an illusion rune that he found in the river. And this is now going to be an easy tier 1. They were hoping to leave the Underlord there to hold onto the tier 1 tower for a little bit longer. DJ's actually ticking down to the Maledict. And he's dead. TNC playing over on the dire side of the map, but making it work. Raven ticking down, but he's got that Sunder ready. I'm just gonna Sunder Pi and then hit him twice and he dies. Pi, don't take too much damage. This is Raven's health that we're talking about here. Oh. Alright, there's a Sunder. Straight into the stun. Straight into 2 auto attacks. Straight into the kill. DJ's gonna look for some kind of a turnaround, but he's only level 4, so I don't think he kills Cuckoo here. And I think even with a slightly worse ganking support duo than they had in the previous game, TNC is still on the board with Envy only level 5 on the Morphling. Still quite a ways away from the Lincoln Sphere. Decent CS, but a little bit behind in terms of the net worth. Tim's wanted to try and defend this mid tower. First Crown's gonna catch him. Envy with the waveform forward. Tim's doesn't look like he has any way out of this. No chance to get the Echo Stab on Fnatic. This could be an absolute disaster for them. They don't know where they are just yet. This is a blind hill to be going up. The smoke breaks. They run straight into Universe. They're going to stun him. He makes it up onto the high ground. Can he get a couple of misses? That's not going to help him. Raven finds the killing spree already. Armel's over here. Pylai getting run at. He does have a TP scroll. Abed trying to escape on the other side. Pi going to get stomped, and he will be brought down. Just the 2 kills for TNC as they do rotate all 5. Let's need to move with the supports to find pickoff so that they can keep on going. Abed, look for the Chakram. Samh just flies up onto the high ground. It's getting locked down though. Abed with the Chakram soon. Universe with the pit. Samh runs straight into some more brambles and DJ finishes him off. That is not a good start to this night. Pylai looking at Cuckoo. Pump faking the stun. Pump faking the stun. They need to be careful about how they split up this cast. Nice done by Abed. Dodges back a little bit. Armel pops the dragon for him. What can he actually find? He's looking towards Pylai. Looks like he will end up dying to the Maledict and he knows it. He's just running forward, hoping to get off another lightning storm. DJ with the Curse Crown. Abed's still got enough mana, I think, to keep on chasing. Soul Ring coming up cooldown soon. Tim's is here, looking to turn this around. The stomp not going to land. Abed just managing to sidestep it. Eternal Envy morphing into the Dragon Knight, but nothing more that he can do other than throw out. The Raven is just going for SNY straight BKB. They know that they have to hit a timing, and they have to end the game pretty quick smart, otherwise they're just never going to be able to high ground against the Timbersaw and the Underlord. Oh, Abed trying for the TP out, but gets Dragon Tailed, and looks like he is going to end up falling here. I think he does already have his... Does he already have his Bloodstone finished on the courier? No. River, though. The less split up they are. Oh. I mean, if he uses Void, he just TPs out, so Samh just has to keep on hitting him until he's low enough to the point that he can finish the kill. Darkness gonna get popped. Pi's juking him out, though. And there's actually a real fight happening over in the river, so let's have a look at that. Timbersaw in some trouble. The Chain Stun is there. They've also got the Death Ward. The Maledict might be enough to finish him off. The regen... Okay, Pi finally brought down. I'm gonna send the Siege Creep in here, but what can they really do? Envy coming over. Is he going to try for the steal? They're going to try and terrorize them outside of the pit. Envy goes in with the waveform. They steal the Roshan and they steal the Aegis. Fnatic, the huge play out of DJ TNC. They're still in fighting shape though. Raven gets the Sunder out. Eternal Envy focuses on Cuckoo, brings him down. They're chasing forward. They're going to look to bring down Abed. If they could put a dent in this Bloodstone, that would be pretty big. He does get forced to suicide in the end. Themselves a tier 1 tower afterwards. This is going to open up the map a bit. Well, TNC don't want to give it to them. Armel with the Shadow Blade goes running forward. They're going to try for Universe first, but he's pretty tanky. Can he get the Dark Rift out? No, he's just being stunned, slept, controlled, finished off by the Death Ward. The tier 1 tower does still stand. So Abed just going to be forced to head over down to getting pressured in, but Tim's at least able to stall that. Envy wants him. Can they get the stun? Yes, they can. Nice and easy. Set up by Pylai. I don't think that he was expecting to have the more... DJ farming some Ancients. He gets rooted. Armel runs up the high ground, sees him, stuns him, and then also takes the Ancient last hit. Armel's Silver Edge should hopefully help find them some kills. He runs into the Sentry Ward here. Pi spots him, but already being Dragon-tailed up. Is the Terrorize going to save him? No, the Breathe Fire finishes him at the last moment. Cuckoo from Fnatic. The Vision game, similar to the first, really good for TNC. The Aegis is going to end up being reclaimed. This is a nicely timed push for TNC. They get the break over onto the Timbersaw. Can they burst him down? He's Crimson Guard. He does actually manage to get the Yules off, dodging that Earth... Oh, dodging the... not Primal Split. Cuckoo's going to get right-click down. Looks like DJ with that Shadow Realm hit. Doesn't miss uphill. Does manage to grab the kill. Armel is locked inside of the pit. Getting slowed down by the lightning. Still on the run. TNC perhaps while the Dragon Form is on cooldown. They do go running forward. Pi, did he see this Observer Ward getting planted? Maybe now they're going to spot DJ. They stun him. All 5 heroes are here. Metamorphosis instantly getting popped. TNC going to be looking for him where they even get the sleep onto Universe. The +1 kill is there, and TNC, sense their opportunity, are going to be able to grab the MH is the first one into the breach. Pi will not get stomped. They're working on the tier 3. Now the glyph coming out. Envy's working on a tier 1 up top, and he grabs it. Abed slowing things down the best that he can with the Chakram, and they've still got the Lightning Storm spam going. The difficult high ground to take, and TNC with the Underlord respawning are just going to back themselves out. Cuckoo going to try for the TP, but he's going to get punished, and looks like he will also end up being dewarded. So completely unsuccessful ward, and TNC take the high ground successfully. They'll be able to push them away from the shrine. Sam H sees DJ down in the low ground, flaps down, doesn't get the silence off first. They jump onto Pi. They're also managing to lock down DJ. He's slept. Comes out of the Shadow Realm, and I don't think he's going to be able to escape. He's going to try for the Terrorize, potentially, but alright, down he goes. TNC in the Dire's favor. So if Fnatic can just hold here, that will buy them another couple of minutes as TNC are forced back to reset the lanes, but they're not interested in the lanes. They're just interested in this tier 3. They pop the Metamorphosis, they pop the Dragon Form, and now they head up onto the high ground. The Glyph does get forced out. DJ's TPing into the back lines. He spotted out the Witch Doctor. Should just be able to solo kill him with the Bedlam. Cuckoo, he got the Glimmer Cape off. It soaks a lot of the damage. DJ can't quite finish him. He's going to throw out the Terrorize now. He catches it onto 3, but he dies to the Breathe. Abed just working on his Shivas. Universe does still have his Guardian Greaves queued up, but doesn't have it just yet. And now Abed running straight into a little bit of trouble. Cuckoo and Tim spot him, but they don't have any of their cores here. So who's actually caught who? Nice force step forward. Protects Cuckoo from a little bit more damage. Armel thinking about engaging into this fight, but again, with those transformation abilities down, this is difficult to do. He gets the Dragon Tail out. Can they force step Pi? He gets force step forward, but it's still straight into that Earth Splitter. Armel forced to pop the BKB a little bit late. Envy trying to shotgun him down. Armel still chasing. Now they get the Dragon Tail onto Universe. He won't be able to escape even without the transformations. The TNC cores are too strong. They charge through with their BK bottom. Mid lane getting pressured. 30 seconds to go on Metamorphosis, and Dragon Form is available. No glyph for the Dire. So Fnatic looking like they should lose at least the tier 3 and potentially the full lane of Rax. They don't really have a defense here. Abed even coming back a little bit late. The Terrorize threatened by DJ, but looks like they've just accepted the fact that they are going to lose the lane of Rax. They know that these BKBs are on cooldown though, so Armel still has to be careful. He does have the cheese. He's going to get hit by the Cursed Crown. The damage from Abed is big, and looks like they should be able to burst the Dragon, and he gets the cheese off at the last moment. He's still on the run. Raven thinking about trying to help him. He does have the Sunder potentially to save him, but he needs to be careful about using it. Instead, he's just going to pop his Metamorphosis and now look to turn and fight. 5 seconds to go on his BKB, but Envy is actually pushing bottom. They've killed off Cuckoo already. He's now getting driven back by Sam H, but there's actually a Dark Rift now coming. All of Fnatic arriving on the bottom side of the map. Buyback out of the Witch Doctor. Does everybody have a TP ready? They're focusing on Sam H first. Raven still has the metamorphosis. He's going to slice through Pylite Die. He's not dead just yet. Envy pops his BKB. He's running backwards. DJ now being focused. Fnatic, was this the right decision? They forced a bunch of buybacks. If they can just disengage, this would be alright. Universe looks like he's not going to get away from the Scotty. Abed going to keep on fighting. Raven's godlike. He's beyond godlike as he finds the triple. And Fnatic have lost 3 so far. The mid wave needs to be shoved out by Envy. Abed actually ends up missing the Timber Chain. We'll get another opportunity with that Yule Scepter. Now getting sundered up. Still full HP. Nicely done with the Lotus. Doesn't really farm too much in the last couple of minutes. Pretty much just Envy and Abed continue to scoop up the farm. They're running over towards mid now. They get the Dragon Tail onto Abed. They've already lost the Witch Doctor. He got shotgunned down and they're saving Abed with the Terrorized. Raven pops the BKB but forced to just run for it. He doesn't have the Metamorphosis. Armel's trapped inside of the pit. He does pop off the BKB. He's looking for the kill on Envy, but the more strength is enough. Abed jumping a long way forward with the Timber Chain. He's kind of in the back lines now, still getting stunned up and will be finished off dead 55 seconds. That was a Timber Chain too far. Fnatic weren't able to follow it up with him, and now the Earth Splitter is going to connect onto Universe. He's going to try for the Dark Rift out, but it's just way too much damage. Tim standing right on top of him with the Aura. Pi is also going to end up dying. Oh man, Abed disabled by the mid wave. TNC going to work very, very quickly. Envy, no real rat opportunities. All of the waves are pushed up pretty far, so he can't get over to the Radiant base. And TNC looks like they're going to get the first lane of Rax completely uncontested. Envy's just buying whatever he can. Picks up the SNY, does not have buyback as a result. Rax number 2 down. Abed, half-hearted Timber, get the consecutive rune spawns as well. Oh, Envy pops the DD. He's inside of the pit. Actually, the real fight's happening over on the other side. They managed to break up Universe. They've got the Dragon Tail onto him. They're focusing. It looks like Envy's just going to go for the Roshan in the meantime, though. Universe is the distraction. Roshan's not dead just yet. Envy, a few more auto attacks is all it's going to take. Aegis Cheese and Refresher Short on the deck. TNC can't quite get over there in time. There's items on the ground. Soul Ring just going to be left behind as Sam H is chasing the mid lane. And they're just on the high ground. Raven's got that double damage of his own. Pylite going to do his best to defend. Fnatic all in the front lines. Buyback. Universe realizing that this is the most important fight of this entire game. Abed taking some damage. That's getting popped by DJ. They're trying to keep eyes onto Armel. They will be able to get him with that Cursed Crown, forcing him to back up, wasting another couple of seconds of the Dragon form. Raven still has about half the Metamorphosis, but being very cautious about how they play here. Envy's got the Aegis. Abed has the ending, maybe just a little bit outside of the base. Smoking over towards top. Pylite Die is out of the base at the moment. Sam H going to go running forward onto him. Universe does with the force death, gets him a little bit further up, but Sam H is diving straight into the base. Armel's already there. Raven's beyond godlike. He's inside. He's looking towards the Rax. Universe is just getting chewed up. It's a double damage Terrorblade. Envy's trying to man fight him, but he already loses the Aegis. The Terrorize pushes them back. Abed jumping after Sam H. He's still pretty tanky. It looks like he will be brought down. Eternal Envy back to the world of the living. Looks to focus onto Cuckoo. Raven actually now forced to turn tail and run, as it looks like TNC have just decided to disengage this, but it's only for a little bit. They're focusing into Abed. They've got the Hex onto Raven. He needs to live to do the damage. The Terrorize doesn't clip him. That's Terrorize number 2. Do they still have the cheese left? It looks like they do. Abed going to keep on fighting, and now Raven's the one in some trouble. He's already used the Sunder, and he's going to be brought down, getting nuked by the Morphling. Armel looks like he does man. Okay, not going to risk anything at this stage. That's a fairly long duration BKB to be using at this point. Cuckoo getting dove on by Abed. The Glimmer Cape's going to wear out. He's still got the Hex. Straight to the Brambles. Cuckoo looking like he's just going to end up as a Bloodstone charge for Abed here. Terrorblade's still hanging on to that buyback. They also have Glyph on the TNC side, so they should be able to get their TB to respawn naturally. Envy's still hitting these buildings pretty quickly, though, and he's actually focusing towards bottom. Sam H, realizing this is going to go over there, but the rest of Fnatic looking to punish him. Raven is not willing to buy back with only 10 seconds remaining, and they actually get the Hex shot of the Dragon Knight. They're focusing onto Armel. They know that he doesn't have the BKB. They have to get him out of here if they can. He does actually have a buyback, but he's brought down, and that means no Dragon form. Envy's focusing onto the Rax. Abed keeping Tims away will prevent the Echo Stomp. Envy still needing to be careful. The Spirit Vessel spam is real. He's down to half HP. Sam H, does he have any charges left? He's actually out of Spirit Vessel charges at this point. TNC, they do have that buyback. They're going to use it now. Can they find some kind of initiation? Universe is ready with the Dark Rift. They're just going to bail everybody out. It's a 5-man sleep. Along with the Reflection, the melee barrack is extremely late. Cuckoo jumping forward. Envy waveform forward, waveform back. He's got the 2 charges, so he's going to be okay. TNC running in. Looking towards Abed. He's going to get stunned. He's going to get bloodthirst. It looks like he's going to be brought down. They tried to save him with the shotgun. He will buy back immediately. They got the silence onto Envy. They're looking for the Mega Creeps. TNC just going for the jugular. It is the BKB already popped for the Dragonite. Armel needs to be careful from this point forward. Abed chasing in. Raven's looking towards him. The damage is big. He will be able to use himself. Universe trying to run forward. At least get that aura down. Sam H is stunned on the other side of the fight. Envy hasn't really been able to stand still and do any damage just yet as TNC is still moving together as a group. They get to sleep on Envy. They silenced him. They bloodthorned him, but now he's dead. He does have a buyback. Raven's BKB being used. It's not Mega Creeps just yet as the range Drac still stands inside. Just going for end. Can Terrorblade buy a refresher orb? Raven actually could, potentially. Oh, they go for Armel. His BKB is still on cooldown for a little bit. He would be a big kill. They're going to force staff him back defensively. Sam H. They get the silence over onto Envy. The Bloodthorn is actually doing big damage to him. Crimson Guard going to help keep him alive. He's also morphing some strength. Abed getting locked down will be able to pull off the Yule's trick and get himself out of Sam H. Yeah, it's in Sam H's backpack. And Raven probably going to BKB, sub it out for the Refresher Shard. Have that double BKB ready to go. He did actually go for the attack range this game. Not opting for this under cooldown. They look for the C Universe. He does manage to get the 4 staff away. TNC focusing onto the tier 4s, but over in the base, Fnatic are going to be looking for tier 4s of their own. I don't think it's going to be fast enough. Tims will be going back to defend. Highlight Eye and Envy realizing that this is their only opportunity, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Dire Ancient is falling quickly. They're trying to slow them down. They pop the Glyph. Fnatic on the other side finally managed to make it to the tier 4s. Tims trying to stomp them. Cuckoo also trying to slow them down. Armel, they're actually managing to control Raven. They're slowing down his damage a little bit. Universe, can they stop him? All right, now going to be a win for TNC. Fnatic rats until the very end, but couldn't take